Hello, everyone, and welcome to the mill today. We're just going to have one of those quick update episodes because this week we got an update to the progress chart. So it's always a fun time to kind of go through that progress chart. So in a minute here, I'll share my screen and kind of bring you through what's changed. And because there's been a few things that have actually made some progress lately. And before that, so just kind of an FYI, I am recording this right after kind of Jamie's live cast this week. So I also have, well, from Wednesday night, as of Wednesday night, what the shipping updates are in Finspan, because that is on everybody's tongue right now when it comes to Stonemaier games. So many people are getting their games, they're getting it to the table, they're seeing all the beautiful art that's in there at this point. And that's the first thing I wanted to let you know. Jamie did mention that, especially if you're in the US, those shipments were a little delayed, but they are in full progress of being sent out. You can see people getting them in the US. The upgraded resources took a little bit longer to get there. So if your order had upgraded resources, those might have just started today. I think he said maybe some yesterday, but those were a little bit late. He also mentioned that if you added the scythe coins that were the $2 coins with the $50 coins, those hadn't, as of Wednesday, haven't arrived yet. So they're expecting those very, very soon, though. So if you're like me and put those in your order, it's not shipping yet. So just an FYI that if you missed his live cast, those were some of those little shipping updates, but they are in full swing. And he very much mentioned that if you are a champion, you're still going to be getting shipping notifications probably through next week because they got a lot of shipments. And it was kind of a fun live cast in that Jamie was bringing up a little bit more reflective questions on board game publishers, board game communities, and kind of what we wish we saw or didn't see in them. So if you kind of like when people go a little bit deeper into some community discussions and board game discussions in general, it'd be a pretty good live cast to tune in on. So I got to tune in for probably about the first 2/3 of it, and it was a good discussion. So I definitely recommend that. Some other things that he mentioned were that he's actually started working on some of the adjustments in kind of graphics and rule books that they're going to work on for Topaido Duo, which I'm super excited about. I just played this for the first time last week at a board game cafe with my son, and we had a lot of fun. It's definitely different. I wasn't sure what to expect, so I'm excited because we don't own that one. I'm excited for the Stonemaier version to come out. So that's kind of a cool little thing that's been in there, that's been added. And then, oh, this is the other big one that's not on the progress chart. Jamie's he started bringing it up, I want to say last week. He kind of sent a call out to prospective game designers. He said with Morton, his person, the other part of Stonemaier, when you think of the name, in business, and asked, what do you think about us adding a game to our portfolio that isn't a typical Stonemaier game, as in a smart, clever party game? He used Blob Party as a really good example of one he would be excited about. And so he's kind of put it out there that if you have an idea, not just an idea, that's actually a very good point, but not just an idea, but a game that you've been play testing. So one that's already in that play testing stages that you're confident with, to go to the Stonemaier website and fill out their submission form. So he said they had like 200 submissions already for anyone who's interested in that, producing that style of game. And from those 200, he said like 5 caught his attention. He thinks there's only 1 that they're actually maybe going to look at. So he said there is no deadline because it just depends. They're looking for the right one. So when that happens, it happens. So he says it's kind of a rolling deadline. So if that excites you, if you're kind of a prospective game designer and you've thought, my style just doesn't fit Stonemaier games, this might be your chance, because it sounds like they're probably, as of right now, they only plan to do one of these that really breaks the mold into those like social party-like games. And yeah, it's cool. They're gonna try something different. And so since it's not usually part of their submission requirements, Jamie's kind of started to make that well known that, hey, we're looking for a game to break that. So just an FYI to, and he's very clear also, go to the submission part of their website. Don't email him. He's always very clear that that submission thing is there for a reason. And that's always important really with any publisher to really check to see what is their kind of what they like when it comes to submissions. So FYI. All right, let me see if I have anything else on my list here. All right. Oh, I guess this will come in with the update. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen so that you see the actual progress chart, because there were also some other little progress details that Jamie mentioned in the live cast, but this way you get the visual. I know I like to see visuals. So one sec here. Let me just share this. All right, and here you are. So as you can see over here, we have Finspan that is on its way. And it looks like Tokaido is in a very similar spot. So hopefully that means we're getting Tokaido soon. Vantage, if you look here where the yellow is, that is on the components part. So they're working on components and the Wormspan expansion. This is one where Jamie did mention that they are probably about a week away from sending the files to the printer. So Wormspan expansion is definitely getting really close. It says it's on graphic design, but it's like a week away from really being done with that step. So that's really cool. Codename Cape is still here for 2025. All right. Actually, here, let me get to Corral's notes. He always has that. So we have the next game. And what's also neat is you see right under Cape, you have Tokaido Duo. As I mentioned, that's getting ready. So Jamie mentioned in the live cast that he's looking through that right now. This is the first time Tokaido Duo's been on the progress chart. And it's already up there because, well, the game's already made. They're just doing some of those tweaks. So it is already through design, art, development, and play testing are obviously already done. But the solo mode seems to also have been done completely. So they're waiting on graphic design. So no confirmed release date on that. If you look, Tokaido Duo has the question mark here. So that's not guaranteed for 2025, but maybe, because that'd be really cool. I'd really like to get that one. And Cape is still for 2025. So that's always fun. If you look at, we have Codename Deep here. So that has a lot of graphic design going on. Okay. So that was its progress step. All right. And then Wingspansion 4. If you look here, that has made progress. That is on the, I believe, solo design is in progress. All right. Yep. Solo design has started. Okay. And there's more solo work here for the Expedition Expansion 2. So that's awesome. No changes really on the progress chart, though, for the Wormspan expansion. Cape hasn't changed, Lost hasn't changed, Bone hasn't changed, and Keys hasn't changed. But it's nice seeing Tokaido Duo up here. So Jamie did give us, even though Wormspan expansion hasn't changed on the chart, he did kind of give us that insight on the live cast that it is about, it's getting really close to it. So that'll be exciting. And that seems to be what we have on the progress chart. So if you have any questions about anything that we've gone on with the progress chart, obviously that's on the Stonemaier news page. All right. And that is what I have for you today. So keep playing Finspan. We'll hopefully get a few more videos up for you in regards to Finspan and anything else coming up soon. So everyone if you're watching this weekend, have a great weekend, rest of the weekend, or have a great upcoming week. And we'll catch you next time on the mail. Bye.